Long, long ago, on a far distant planet, an inventor was born and turned out to be possibly the greatest Briton of all time. His name is Isambard, Kingdom, Brunel! Hello, this is Henry Southern here, and I'm here to tell you the life of Isambard, Kingdom, Brunel. Yes, this guy here. Isambard Kingdom Brunel was an inventor and an engineer and turned out to be possibly the greatest Briton of all time. Isambard was born in 1806 in Portsmouth. Brunel was very clever, especially in maths. Brunel even predicted a building opposite the school to fall down. Well, and it did. When Brunel left school, he became an apprentice to a watchmaker in Paris. When he was 17, Brunel started work in his father's engineering office in London. His first job was with his father building the Thames Tunnel. The Thames Tunnel was the first ever tunnel to go underwater. One day the tunnel collapsed and Brunel was saved by a man called Mr. Beamish. If it wasn't for Mr. Beamish, Brunel would be dead. On the 5th of July 1836, Brunel married Mary Elizabeth Halsey. Brunel loved performing tricks to his children, and whilst performing one of his tricks, he nearly swallowed a coin. Brunel went to Bristol for a competition to build a bridge over the River Avon. The judge of the competition was Thomas Telford. In the end, Thomas Telford refused everybody's ideas, including all four of Brunel's, and he wanted to use his design, which you can see now. Because it was so unpopular, Thomas Telford had to give it to the best of the contestants, and of course, that was Brunel. He called it the Clifton Suspension Bridge, and work began on it in 1836. Brunel liked the Egyptian kind of style, so he gave it that. When the bridge was being built, the only way to get across it was in a basket. The basket was hung from an iron bar that was placed across the gorge. Everybody was too scared to go across in it, so to prove it was fine, Brunel went across first. When he was halfway across the gorge, the iron bar jammed, so Brunel climbed out the basket and fixed the roller himself halfway across the gorge. Brunel kept many notebooks of his work and his drawings. You can even see them today, but he ripped parts of it out. Brunel wanted to build a railway from London to Bristol. He became the chief engineer of the Great Western Railway in 1833. He built a new track called Broad Gorge. It was much wider than a normal track. His walking stick even turned into a measuring stick for the Broad Gorge track. Wow. Brunel's first ship was called the Great Western. It was made from wood and was a paddle boat. The Great Western was built to sail across the Atlantic from Bristol to New York. Brunel's second ship was called the Great Britain, which was made from iron. The ship's in Bristol today on display. You can go and have a look if you want. His last ship, the Great Eastern, was the biggest ship in the world at that time. It was humongous. The ship took more than 5 years to build. It took a long time to launch, but was finally launched in 1858. On board Great Eastern there was news of an explosion. This really upset Brunel. Brunel died a week later at the age of 53. Did you know that Brunel smoked more than 40 cigars in one day? Brunel's work meant that people could travel and trade in a new way. Brunel changed the planet and, in my opinion, was the best Briton of all time. I hope that's helped. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.